Like a lot of people right now, I am very into the Pit. And last night's episode 11, Code Hula Hoop, was very personal for me as a healthcare worker. Even though I'm a dietitian, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor. Uh, this was actually a very real experience that I had in my career. Spoilers for episode 11 of The Pit. It just aired last night. If you haven't seen it, skip this video, go see it, and then come back. So, our girl Emma up here was attacked by an intoxicated patient. And Dana, I love Dana, she's my girl. I wish we all had a Dana working with us, came to the rescue. And she did so by probably punching this guy in the nose and injecting him with a medication that was not prescribed by a doctor. She just happened to have it on her person. People recapping this episode have been like, why didn't Robbie back her up? What's up with that? It's fucked up. And it is. On a personal level, if you don't know how healthcare works, you'd be like, what the hell? Why wouldn't he back our girl? I wanted to give the perspective of what it's like being a healthcare worker, because it's actually really messed up what policy is when you get attacked. I have been attacked twice. One in a nursing home where someone who had dementia grabbed onto my white coat. And people with dementia are very strong, like superhuman strength. I could not get away from this person. And a bunch of healthcare workers came out of the woodwork and they all came and surrounded this patient. And I was able to slip out of my coat and just get away from the person. But in that incident, I did not see this happen. So to this day, I cannot confirm nor deny what happened. One of the nurses who came to my aid may or may not have hit or grabbed this patient too hard. And much like Emma, this was my first day. So what a way to start your shift. And I was just clacking away on a computer in the hallway when this person wheelchaired up to me and grabbed me. I was not expecting it. So what followed was I was then called into administration and interviewed. They had to get the entire timeline. They had to know what I did exactly. And then they started asking me questions about the other staff. What did the other staff do? Did the other staff hit the patient? And I answered honestly, I had no idea. I was focusing on getting away. This person was hurting me. I had to get out of my coat to get away from them because we could not. No, people were trying to take their hands off of my coat and they couldn't. Too strong. So I just got away, and I walked further down the hallway to get away from the patient who was agitated by me, and that was it. But this nurse who intervened on my behalf was fired because of the allegation that she may or may not have hit the patient or grabbed the arm too rough. Just over that. I've also worked in inpatient psych with adolescents, and we had to be drilled 4 times a year on literal self-defense classes. And it was a type of self-defense that teaches you how to be safe while defending yourself from being attacked by a patient who is not in control of themselves. So there are legal ways that you can handle a patient and bring them to the floor and hold them down. And there are illegal ways. And the reason we have this system in place is because if you hold someone down the wrong way, you can actually make them suffocate. But if you have a patient in crisis, sometimes they need to be restrained. So we had to learn crazy stuff, like how to get a patient to let go of your hair when they've grabbed it. We had to learn how to stabilize a patient so they don't spit in your face. But again, if we just defended ourselves like self-defense, like block or punch, that's the end of your career. You are not allowed to defend yourself when someone is attacking you. In fact, the default for healthcare staff is you have to kind of let people hit you and you just try to get away until someone who is trained in restraint can get there, or security. It's very messed up. Healthcare workers have to deal with this every day. And they can't just hit someone and then inject a medication. A doctor has to be present to be like, yeah, let's prescribe this right away. So even though she is our woman, she is the woman, she is mother of all of this ER drama, what she did, if this gets out, And I think they'll close ranks around here because she's Dana. We love Dana. But what she did, if anyone finds out in admin, that would be it. That would be her job. That would be her license. That's it. And it's not fair. It is not fair, but it is the law. And it's what happens in healthcare facilities is healthcare workers get injured. I've been punched in the back of the head. I had to be checked for a concussion. And I couldn't do anything about that. But that is how healthcare workers are treated. And we just have to make the best of it and, be aware. So from a drama standpoint, yeah, Robbie, back her up, be your friend, blah, blah, blah. But this isn't Grey's Anatomy. They're being realistic. Robbie is scared for Dana because, again, he doesn't like the admin either. That's very clear in season 1. But if it gets out to them and they're going to have to file an incident report internally. It's going to be reviewed. She'll probably have to go to an interview. She'll have to lie. And then everyone else that knows what happened will have to lie for her. Now, little Emma here is like, I don't know what happened, which is a common thing. If you're in the attack, you don't know what happened. But she's in danger. She did the right thing and she could be punished for it. And that sucks. So I just wanted to explain that. Because to the layman, they probably were like, what's Robbie's problem? But unfortunately, he's right.